He made sure I knew where I stood. "Move, kid," he'd grunt, waving me out of the frame. It wasn't just physical displacement. It was a constant, calculated erasure. My stepdad, George, systematically cut me out of every family picture, every birthday, every memory. He didn't just ignore me, he actively made me invisible. My mom, bless her kind but weak heart, would offer a flimsy apology, a fleeting glance of sorrow, but she never intervened. Never. I was the phantom child in their perfect, curated life. He had his own kids, my step-siblings, who reveled in his attention and joined him in making me feel like an unwanted shadow. They'd laugh at his jokes when he'd accidentally forget my name or loudly plan family outings in front of me, conspicuously omitting my involvement. I was just extra baggage, a constant reminder of my mom's life before him. My keto journey began as a desperate grab for control. My life felt chaotic, shapeless, defined by his arbitrary cruelty. The discipline of keto, the meticulous tracking, the physical transformation, it was my secret rebellion. Every pound I lost, every bit of strength I gained, was a silent defiance against his attempts to diminish me. While they gorged on comfort food, I built a foundation of resilience, a quiet strength they never saw. I learned to be a ghost. I learned to smile politely when he made a cruel joke. I learned to nod and fade into the background when he boasted about his family, while pointedly ignoring me. I let him cut me out. I let him erase me. I let him believe he had succeeded. But underneath that quiet compliance, a dark, potent seed of resolve was slowly taking root. I was patient. I was waiting. The call. Years passed. I moved away for college, then built my own life, far from their toxic orbit. The calls from my mom became less frequent, tinged with a weariness that hinted at George's continued oppression. I kept my distance, rebuilding myself piece by piece, brick by deliberate brick. I had built a successful career, a quiet, fulfilling life, far from the echoes of his scorn. Then, the call came. It wasn't my mom. It was a sterile, official voice. "We're calling regarding George Peterson. He passed away." A strange calm settled over me. No grief, no shock. Just a quiet sense of something inevitable. The voice continued, explaining that they'd tried to reach his children, my step-siblings, but couldn't get a hold of them. It seemed George, for all his boasting about family, had driven them away too. "You're listed as next of kin by default, due to your mother's marriage. We need someone to claim the body." My mind flashed back to every family picture I was absent from. Every birthday cake where I was just a blur in the background, or entirely cropped out. Every holiday memory where his booming laugh overshadowed my quiet existence. "You're just the leftovers," his voice echoed in my ears. "Can I have a few days to make arrangements?" I asked, my voice steady, betraying none of the swirling emotions within. The official agreed, understanding the need for time. I hung up, and I waited. The phone rang again. And again. Calls from the hospital, the morgue, even a detective at one point, trying to locate someone. Each ring was a chime in a silent symphony of my own making. I watched the calls come in, refusing to answer. My step-siblings were unreachable, having long ago cut ties with their overbearing father. My mom, still alive but frail, was too weak to handle it. So it fell to me, the leftover, the one he had so diligently erased. I thought of him, alone in a cold, sterile drawer, waiting to be acknowledged. Waiting to be claimed. He had spent a lifetime making me disappear, treating me as less than human. And now, in his final state, he was exactly that, unclaimed, unremembered by those who should have been closest. 1 day. 2 days. 3. Each unanswered call, each ignored voicemail, was a reclamation. A quiet, powerful act of defiance against years of deliberate neglect. I felt a surge of strength, pure and unadulterated. This wasn't just revenge, it was an affirmation of my own existence, an undoing of his erasure. The calls grew less frequent. 5 days. 6. By the 7th day, the phone was silent. The hospital had a policy. After a certain period, an unclaimed body becomes the responsibility of the state. Buried in a potter's field, anonymous, forgotten. Just like he had tried to make me. He had cut me out of every picture, every birthday, every memory. And in the end, When he needed someone to claim his body, I left him unclaimed. I didn't need to shout, or rage, or even show up. My revenge was in the silence, in the cold, hard fact that the man who had worked so hard to erase me was, in the end, erased himself. The quiet, disciplined strength I found through my own transformation had finally found its ultimate, devastating purpose.